Good evening. My name is Misty Waters.
And I'm Donald Duck. Welcome to Channel 13 News. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. We have a special breakout news story for you.
That's right, Donald. We have the inside scoop on a new learning strategy that's gaining momentum. It's called team-based learning.
We have a professor from Virginia Commonwealth University here to tell us what team-based learning is.
Team-based learning is an active learning process that involves a reading assignment ahead of time for the students to prepare, and then a quiz individually, which incentivizes the student to do the reading the night before, and then teamwork to take a group quiz and solve problems using that material called the application.
This pedagogy uses 3 steps. Prepare. Individual readiness assurance testing, known as IRAT. And finally an in-class application.
After the IRAT, students perform a Team Readiness Assurance Test, or TRAT, in their groups. Let's check in with our field reporter, Hugh Morris.
Thanks, Donald. I'm Hugh Morris, reporting from the local high school. I'm here with a teacher, Paige Turner, to discuss the preparation needed for team-based learning. Ms. Turner, could you tell us more?
Sure thing. I am the first one at our school to try team-based learning, and it has been wonderful. Everything we do is broken up into modules. The students will have a reading, video, or something to do before class. And they need to make sure to complete it because I will give them a short quiz to check for individual understanding.
Sounds like a pretty important step in this teaching pedagogy.
Indeed. After the students prepare for class, the teacher gives them a quiz to check for comprehension. So where does the team part of this pedagogy come in?
Let's check back with Hugh for more details.
I'm here with Ferris Bueller, a student that is in Ms. Turner's class. How would you describe the activities you do in class with your groups? The first thing that comes to mind is fun. Some of my teachers are so boring and monotone, it makes me want to get out of school and head to the city. Ms. Turner's class is awesome. I get to work in a group to solve real-world applications. Sometimes there is more than one right answer, so it's fun trying to find different solutions.
We just received some breaking news about the specific role of the teacher and students.
That's right. The teacher must create a learning environment that is very structured. He or she must act more as a guide, and be able to give feedback on the spot.
Transforming a class from a traditional one to a team-based learning environment sounds like it can be a lot of work. But it has a rewarding outcome if done correctly.
Excellent observation. Although some students may not feel the need to participate in activities, it's part of the teacher's job to foster individual and group accountability.
Some teachers might think this strategy won't work with his or her class size. But team-based learning is so versatile that almost any class size works.
Let's talk some about the roles of students. Since team-based learning is a student-centered pedagogy, students should expect more hands-on applications.
Students are expected to come to class prepared. That includes doing anything before class that gets them ready for the module. The students are responsible for giving feedback to each other. This strengthens their teamwork and opens up more room for discussion.
Let's get an update from our research team about grouping for team-based learning.
Hello, I'm Velma Dinkley. I'll fill you in on the group-making process, along with the advantages and disadvantages. Since team-based learning is structured by the teacher needs to be responsible for creating groups that are balanced. If left up to the students, some groups might become disruptive. One disadvantage to having groups is that you might have a student who is slacking or not participating. This can be corrected by redesigning the assignment so all members of a group have a job to do. Most teachers who try team-based learning for the first time will have to rework the group assignments. Not every group will need the same exact layout in order to complete an assignment. A major advantage of using groups is students are negotiating with each other to find solutions. Working in these groups helps students develop the skills they will need in order to communicate, get a job, and be an active member of society. Also, students who may be weak in one area can receive help from the rest of their team. Teachers are able to move from group to group during class. This allows the teacher a chance to listen to what the students are talking about. If the students are on the right track, the teacher can give them positive reinforcement. If the students are straying from the intended assignment, the teacher can guide them in the right direction. That's all I have for now. Back to you, Misty.
Thanks, Velma. We are going to answer a few phone calls for anyone who wants to ask a question about team-based learning. First caller, what's your question?
Hi, this is Claire Standish. My question is, does the teacher have to create groups every day?
Excellent question. Actually, groups should be made at the beginning of a semester. The teacher should put a lot of consideration into making the groups, because they will stay together for the duration of the semester. Next caller, please.
Gordon Bombay here. How quickly can teachers grade and return the Individual Readiness Assurance Test and the Team Readiness Assurance Test?
Another very important question. IRAT is usually a multiple-choice test done on a Scantron slip of paper. It can be graded the same day, but it should be returned after the TRAT. This ensures that the students give their initial thoughts in the discussion during the team test.
The TRAT is usually done on a scratch-off slip of paper. This allows the groups to see immediately if they came to the correct answer. If they answer incorrectly, they can discuss a new answer. After completing the TRAT, the students can add up their own score. Both the individual and team tests count toward the students' grades.
That's all the time we have for phone calls. Let's see what Sherry Wall, a professor at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, has to say about her experience with team-based learning.
We're encouraging students to be active learners versus passive learners, and it's moving the students up the Bloom's taxonomy of learning. This is really important for accreditation these days, and we're just going through the accreditation process. It incorporates the various learning styles. Some students are auditory, visual, kinesthetic, so hopefully we're tapping into all of these types of learning styles as much as we can.
That's going to wrap it up for our story on team-based learning. I'm Donald Duck.
And, I'm Misty Waters. Thanks for stopping by Channel 13 News.